The next few moments, just allow yourself to settle in and arrive. Notice the sounds and sensations around you. Shift your attention to the pure physical sensation of support underneath you. Begin to notice how your body makes connection with the earth. And begin to notice those areas of support. And from the pure physical sensation of the earth underneath you, shift your attention to the pure physical sensation of your body. And just check in from head to toe, notice what you notice. And from this pure physical sensation of support within your own body, shift your attention to the rhythm and sensation of your breath. Notice the rhythm and quality of your inhales and exhales. And as you begin to notice the sensation of support within your breath, put one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. And just begin to notice the support of your breath. The support of the space around you. The support you provide for each other. And as you continue to breathe, float both hands to your heart. And from this space around your hands and heart, come into a place or an idea that feels a little something like gratitude. And from the place or the idea of this place that feels a little something like gratitude, bring to mind one thing that you are grateful for today. And please accept my very deepest gratitude to each of you for being here and being present, and for all the amazing work you do in support of our mission, supporting the recovery and resilience of our veterans, military families, and communities. It is an honor. Welcome and good evening, everyone. Thank you all so much for being here. Go ahead and take yourselves off mute and say a quick hello.
Hey, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, y'all.
Good to see y'all.
Hi.
All right. So, hello, welcome. My name is Brianna. It's an honor to be the Chief Executive Officer here with our amazing Veterans Yoga Project. Tonight is our sort of soft launch for Veterans Gratitude Week. We're going to take a few moments to learn about the history of VGW, why it exists, how it started, and we will shift over to Karen, our Director of Marketing, who will take us through step by step of the process of Veterans Gratitude Week and the supports that are available and what we can do to support you in your efforts. And then we'll leave a little bit of time for Q&A at the end. However, before we turn it over to Karen, I would invite Deb to please take a few moments and introduce us to Veterans Gratitude Week.
And welcome. It's so good to see everyone. Hello, those of you who know me. It's so good to see you. I know there's familiar faces and some new faces. So thank you so much for joining us and being part of our VYP family. I just want you to know how much we appreciate every one of you. Gunner's coming to say hello.
Yeah.
Hey, Gunner, you want to say hello? Say hello to everybody. Sorry. The minute you get on the floor, you know, they think you're ready to start playing. So usually he's not allowed in my yoga room, but we've been separated all day and now he wants to come in. So come lay down, buddy. So anyway, so let me tell you a little bit about the history of Veterans Gratitude Week. For those of you who haven't heard the background story, can you please lay down, bud? Lay down, buddy. Okay. All right. So, sorry. It's like a 2-year-old, right? The minute you start getting on the phone, yeah, he was fine until you said, and here's Deb, right? So, so Veterans Gratitude Week started. This is going to be our 10th annual. That's him pushing the computer. So, it started 10 years ago, and I'm seeing that beautiful fire pit in the background there. And you know what? It was exactly that. We were a bunch of teachers who just finished our MRT training at the Feathered Pike Ranch. And we were sitting around a fireplace wondering what we can do. We were a very small group back then. And we're saying, what, as a grassroots operation, that's what we are. We're real boots on the ground. This is it. You are here to help us. We said, what can we do to really help exponentially grow Veterans Yoga Project? And this was a group of teachers saying, you know what, Veterans Day is coming. It was this weekend, by the way. It was Labor Day weekend, to be precise. And we were out there and we said, okay, we're going to leave here and let's go home on and think about Veterans Day, doing something around Veterans Day. And we had 14 teachers that said, I can do a class. You know what? I can teach a donation-based class. And you know what? If every yoga teacher went and at least talked to 5 of their other yoga teachers and said, can you help? Can you help us? I'm sure everyone on this call knows 5 other yoga teachers or other people who might know a studio or might have that. They went out, and from that first group of 14, that very first year, we went from 14 teachers to 95 classes in 25 states, and we raised almost $20,000. So we fast forward over the years, exponentially, we kept growing and growing. Prior to COVID, we finally hit my big goal is always having a class in every state. That to me is, we have veterans who serve our country in every state of the nation, and every one of us should make sure there's a class in your state and in every state in this nation. So we did have all 50 states prior to COVID. We all know what COVID did, and now we're rebuilding, right? We're rebuilding. Last year, we made 47 states. Come on, guys, we can do this year. We got to get all 50 states. And most importantly, in the course of 10 years, we've raised almost $500,000. And that has been a pivotal point. This is our largest fundraising event of the year. We can certainly amplify our message, get it out there to all the people. We want to let them know the amazing things that you teachers are doing out there and helping our veteran community. Please, we're going to go through the step-by-step process. For those of you who don't know it, we're making it as simple as possible. We encourage you, we invite you, please consider holding a class, or at least getting someone to hold a class in your area, and spreading the message with your family and friends to come out and join us, or go to every yoga teacher you know to help support us and work together. So I think Karen has a lot of great things to share. I'm going to shut my mouth up, put me away. And then thank you all just so much for coming out tonight. I know everyone is very busy, so we appreciate you. Thank you for being our VYP family. Namaste.
Thank you so much, Deb. So with that, I'd like to turn it on over to Karen so she can walk you through the steps of creating your class and how to make it a success.
Before we do that, Bree, do we want to go around and just let everybody introduce themselves?
Sure, why not?
Is that okay?
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
don't know a lot of you people, and I'm sure you don't know me either. So it would be lovely to at least know who you are. So maybe if you just take your mic off, unmute, and whenever you're ready, just say hi, who you are, where you're from, and how you fit in the organization would be lovely for me to know. And anything else you want to tell us too is great.
Hello, I'm Leo Herod, a United States Air Force veteran. I went through the pandemic first yoga teacher training with Veterans Yoga Project. Yeah, I'm over here in Northern California having a good time teaching yoga. And I'm just really happy to be here and grateful for all of you. And that you guys are at Feather Pipe Ranch right there with the fire, huh?
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Leo. Thanks for saying hi. Who's next? We're a small enough group. We can just go off of unmute and call yourself out.
I'll go next. Hey, good evening, everybody. My name is Dan Arnold, and I'm currently living in Atlanta, Georgia, currently in the Air Force. I'm a flight engineer on the C-130 aircraft. Within Veterans Yoga Project, I'm the Director of Regions and the Georgia State Director. So extremely thankful for all of you being here, and I'm excited to see how this event's going to turn out this year. Hopefully the biggest yet. Thank you.
Great. Thanks, Dan.
Hey, I'm Stephanie Sellers. I'm the Pennsylvania State Director. Used to do the California Director. Hi, Leo. Miss you. I'm a government civil servant, so I've not ever worked as a veteran, or I've not ever served rather in a uniform, but I've served the government and the country for 25 years. And I live in Carlisle, Pennsylvania, and I work I'm a professor at the Army War College. So.
Great. Thanks. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And anybody else?
Hello.
Hi.
I'm Jessica Manelli. This is Tony Ferret. We are in State College, Pennsylvania. We went through training together in 2018, I think, with Brianna.
2019, I just looked it up.
Okay. Perfect.
Awesome. My daughter works in State College right there for the housing for Penn State. So know it well.
Okay.
Come to visit often.
Awesome.
Great to have you. Thanks. Anybody else who wants to say hi? We got pretty much everybody who's joining. Did I miss anybody? I'm just looking quick. No. Okay, great. So then I'll get started. My name's Karen, and I've been with Veterans Yoga Project for about 5 years. Started with Deb a long time ago at the Northport VA, and absolutely love what I'm doing here. And then had the opportunity to join as the marketing director to be with you guys and hopefully do some great things to get VYP noticed and famous in the entire world, so that the entire world wants to come and take our classes, and we can do our very best to hit 18 million veterans in the United States, right? So I'm so excited about Veterans Gratitude Week. I know that we're going to have a great week coming up. Want to share with you tonight a bunch of different things. So I'm going to share my screen with you, take you through a couple of slides. Feel free to stop me at any point. Don't make, this doesn't have to be formal. You guys can do Q&A with us as we go. I will make certain breaks so that you'll have lots of opportunity. But if you have any questions, please, bring them on. Love to chat about what we're going to do and hear your feedback. So I'm going to share my screen with you. We'll take you through the program. Let me know if everybody can see that okay. We good? And I'll throw it into slideshow mode. There we go. Oh, now you can't see it, right? Just blew out of my screen because I did it the other way. Okay, whoops. We'll come back, share one more time, and go back to the other way. Hold on. Okay, much better. All right. So we're going to talk about the program objectives, just so you have some background about the program, and go through the objectives, a little bit about the overview of the program itself. I'll tell you about our partners, and Deb will chime in on that. We'll take you through the website that we've created, which is really going to be your one-stop shopping for everything that you need for Veterans Gratitude Week. And Brianna will show you how to do the fundraiser pages so that you know exactly what to do when you're ready to host your class and sign up. And then we'll talk about some key asks that we have of everybody to help us make this as popular as possible. So let's go to the objectives. 3 basic things, very fundamental. We need to raise $75,000 in donations. We're going to do that by hosting 500 classes across the 50 states. And we're going to use some corporate partnerships with 5 partners that are going to help us to spread awareness and use reciprocal marketing programs to expand our outreach. So how does all that actually translate from an objective into reality? Well, it looks like a program like this. So this chart breaks up into 2 parts. You can see August through November across the top, and then 2 different sections. We go through a development and a pre-launch phase, which is where we are right now for the most part, developing assets, doing our internal launch here tonight, and then moving into a lot of the preparation for each of the individual phases, such as PR, social media, and the actual launch. You know, we have Warrior Salute Days, and we'll cover that as well in the rollout of the launch. And then the bottom half of this chart shows you actually all of the launch activities and the components. So it breaks out into 3 major parts, which include a donor campaign. That's the first bar across the top. And that's being done in conjunction with Calvin and our development team to go out and to reach out to lapsed donors to try to get donations and greater pledges or sponsorship as well for the program. There's a PR and social media component, which are these next 2 lines. They break up into different phases, and I'll tell you more about those. And there's an e-marketing campaign that also corresponds with those, and they all go kind of hand in hand. So you'll see how that works in just a few moments. And then there's the custom partner programs. So we have the 5 partners. They are Yoga Fit, Core Power, Lifetime, Yoga 6, and Be Yogi. And we'll talk more about those partners in just a minute. So what's going to basically happen is that right after Labor Day, we're going to make our first entry into the market. We're going to be doing some press release distribution and media pitching. We're going to be looking to get different healthcare magazines, veteran magazines, and others to take advantage of the information we give them in the press release and potentially write some articles or ask us for interviews. And we hope to get that. That's going to take place throughout the month of September in terms of the initial get it out and then pitch and try to secure these articles and interviews. And then we'll have another phase towards we get closer about stories where teachers and other people are participating in the donation-based classes. And we'll see what kind of coverage we can get there as well. So the social media flights and the e-marketing really dovetail one another, and they go on hand in hand. So when we launch in the beginning, September 12th, we'll also start about a 17-day flight of social media that includes asking for donation classes to be taught, call for teachers to help us and to sign up for those donation classes. An email will go out during that same time frame. It'll go out twice on the 12th and the 17th as reminders to do that as well. And that goes out to our database of teachers and studios. And then we have a second flight, which is more the general, let everybody know about VGW and just an intro kind of social media post and email, general invitation that it's coming and you should get it on your calendar and participate. There'll be a third social media flight that's more the rally flight, and that kind of corresponds, if you will, to this version of the email campaign, which is sign up for all classes. The partners will also be pushing their classes at this point quite heavily, and our Warrior Salute Days. So that rally flight will cover those kinds of topics. In between there, we're going to sneak in one other email around a donate appeal, very specifically looking for donations. So that one will be custom tailored to that. And then the last flight actually occurs when Veterans Gratitude Week is going on. And it is the final cry for come to our classes, reminders that the classes are taking place. And if you haven't registered to please, register now. So that's the fundamentals of the program in terms of what we are pushing out. And then we have the custom partner programs. So I'll move on to, let me stop there for a second. Do you have any questions about that portion? We can stop for a second and take any questions on that. Anything there? And if not, we'll keep going. That's fine. Okay.
Well, I have a question.
Yeah.
For the social media, like the rollout and the things that you were just talking about, do you have like shared graphics for teachers to share on their own social media that we'll have access to?
We absolutely do. And I'm going to talk about that in just a few minutes. You're going to have an entire set of assets and a complete toolkit that's going to support you to try to make your life as easy as possible. Okay. So I'll take you through how that's going to work in just a few more minutes. We're going to go through the website and all of the toolkit. Terrific. Any other questions? All right, let's keep going. Okay, so the next portion is about the partners and what the partners are going to do, just to give you an idea. And hopefully my slides will move. There we go. So just to let you know, we have, as I said, the 5 main partners: Lifetime, Core Power, Yoga 6, Be Yogi, and Yoga Fit. In addition, we're going to be on a workplace giving platform called Deed. This is one of those, it's basically a charity contribution platform. And we're hopefully going to be represented through Lululemon, and they're going to be pushing VYP out as one of many choices for their employees to use these dollars that Lululemon will be giving them to hand out to different nonprofits and charities of their choice. And we're going to be trying to get VYP to be one of those. So I'm going to let Deb talk to the rest of the partnerships, and she can tell you a little bit about how they're working.
Thank you, Karen. So we are really excited that we have a nice addition this year of partners that will be working with us that are located nationally all across the United States. Lifetime Fitness, Core Power Yoga, Yoga 6, Be Yogi is an insurance company that has a vast network of yoga teachers, and they're going to be sharing the word across their platforms, and then Yoga Fit worldwide. So we will basically, a couple of these locations are going to be doing live classes all throughout the United States, and we're going to ask you through your state director and through, if there is a class that's going to be offered located by you, happens to be near where you live, we are going to ask you as our VYP ambassador to maybe reach out to that studio and see if they need any information or any assistance, and invite you to sort of speak to, they might invite you to come to that class. So that might be an opportunity for you also as well to expand your right within your own community. So we're hoping that when we go live and after we have all the locations, we will reach out to you if there's something in your area. Primarily you'll hear through your state director. If you don't have a state director in your state, certainly through our network within the regional directors, we will certainly get out to you and ask you to, if you can, to reach out to these local events that will be in your area and sort of represent VYP. And we're really excited to branch this out because though literally we will be adding hundreds of classes onto our goal of reaching 500. So we're very excited about this opportunity. So stay tuned. More information will be disseminated if there will be something located in your local area.
Great. Thank you, Deb.
Thank you.
And if you have questions about partners, we can cover those off. Otherwise, we'll move along. So here we have it. Takes a second for this to catch up. There we go. So the next part that I want to share with you is about the website and all of the things that you can take advantage of and how easy we're trying to make it for you. This is just a quick snapshot. It's a picture of the website. But what's most important is really the fact that you're going to have an entire toolkit of things that are going to help you. And the everything from being able to find a class, register for a class, set up your fundraising for the class, as well as an entire set of resources. Going to the point that you were making before about whether or not you'd have social media posts. Yes, those are totally included. There'll be ones for Facebook, Instagram, and potentially LinkedIn as well. There'll be marketing guides, as well as how to create a class guides. There's email templates. There's talking points, there's flyers and sign-up sheets for when you're actually conducting a class. So this resource should be available to you right now. We'll give you the URL. It is veteransyogaproject.org/VGW 2023. You'll get copies of these slides, so you'll have all it. Don't worry about it. And you can go and look and play around with the website as soon as you're ready. So what we're going to do now is just take you through a quick tour. So I'm going to just switch over and take you up to the website. 1 second, get it up here for you. There we go. Okay, so this is the website. So the first thing you'll see is this little carousel of slides. These banners will change. Right now, there's just the 2 up here, which are our kind of intro ones, asking for a call for teachers, and just our basic theme of give gratitude, give resiliency, host a class, or give your support. These will also have, this carousel will have all of our partners. They'll have their own individual banners as we go, and then there'll be another one for Warrior Salute Day. So you'll see this changing all the time. So anytime you land on the page, it'll look different, it'll look refreshed, and you'll get a sense of things shifting as the program moves through its varying stages. Introductory paragraph, this graphic on Warrior Salute classes will still be there, but it'll be at the bottom after you see this portion. Which is the most important meat and guts of the website. Here you can find a class and you can set up your fundraiser, you can register your donation class, and you can get to resources. So when you hit find a class, it's going to take you right down to this lovely map here. This map will have all of the classes that people have registered so that you can easily find a class. And you'll be able to see quite clearly on the map where all the classes are. Right now, I'm trying to move it while I'm talking. Let's see here. There we go. It's not liking me too much. There we go. Okay. I think there's still a few pins on it. Let's see. When we zoom in. They must be working on it. Okay, so normally you'd see a few different colored pins here, and you would see individual classes that are listed. So I'd love to show you what one of those looks like, but unfortunately can't right now because they're working at it. But basically what happens is you click on a pin, and then the entry for that class pops up, and it'll tell you the location, the time, the teacher, and whether it's a wellness living event or whether or not it's a partner event.
Hey Karen, if you go right above the map where you see a box that says donation-based yoga
There we
class, or
go. There they
you
are,
go.
right? Gotta,
Click on
gotta
that.
click. Yes, see, we're all still learning too. So yeah, these are our wellness living classes. So when you pop on one of these, you will see the name of the event and all of the details, and whether it's happening in a wellness living studio or if it's a teacher class, one that somebody's individually hosting. Those look like this right now. They're red, and we're still finishing off the population of these, and it's going to continue to grow. So it's nice to come back, look at the map, and you'll see more and more pins, and you'll know we're getting closer to our goal of 500 and having representation in every state. So this is a good example. It's one of Brianna's classes that she's registered. And this is what it'll look like when somebody comes to the map to find a class. Okay. And that's the find a class function. And then we're going to go through how to register a class next, and then we'll show you how you fundraise. So you register a class by clicking on this button. If you already have an account, you don't need to, you can just close this window or proceed as a guest. So you'll be filling out this form. You put your class details in here, and even if you don't know all of the details, you can fill it out and send it. And then later on, if you have more information, you can just send an email to VGW@veteransyogaproject.org. And Deb and the team are going to be keeping a close eye on these. They will amend any of your details and correct them. So you can only go in once to do your first initial entry. And then if you do need to fix something, or you need to add something because you didn't know the date when you started or the time, that's okay. So you'll put in all this information. They're pretty simple drop downs, and then you'll submit it, and your class will show up on the map. So that's super important so that we can get as many of those populated as fast as possible. So I'd like to encourage everybody to do that as soon as they can. Come out of this. Sorry. Controls are right where I need to be. And then coming back, the last page that's available, I'm sorry, we'll go to fundraising, right? So after you register your class, the very next thing you want to do is set up your fundraiser. So Brianna's going to take you through how to fundraise. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Brianna, you ready to share yours?
I am. All
There you
right. Pardon me as I adjust my positioning a little bit here. Okay. So, all right. Can you guys see my screen? Okay. Okay. All right. So what'll happen is when you are ready to set up your peer-to-peer page, after you've gone through and you've registered your class, you're all set. Then what you'll do is you will, on that very same page, you'll click fundraise. What'll happen is you'll get the option to either create an account or log into your account. So I've already got my own account, so I'm just going to click log in. So it's going to look a little bit different for you. Once you create your page, it'll look a little something like this. I've already got my page set up, so this is what we're looking at. On this page, let me see if I can make it a little bit bigger, you guys. Here we go. On this page, you'll see a couple of different things. You will see the opportunity to create your own unique fundraising title. I just kept it default to my name, fundraising page. You will have the option to create your own URL. So it does set up a default URL for you. You don't have to worry about it unless you want to be creative. I put Brianna the Marine Yogi here. You can set your fundraising goal. You can upload your own photograph. This happens to be the 200-hour class from last year. And then you can add any additional comments. Why you're fundraising, why Veterans Yoga Project, why your donation matters, whatever you think is important, you can put it in here. We do have pre-populated information. So if you're not feeling like you need to add anything, it's okay. You don't have to add anything. We have that taken care of for you. So when you're done, you'll click Save. There are also a couple options. So share my page. It'll pop up with your donation link so you can share this with your friends and family. It will show any donations that have been made to your page. And if you're a part of a team, but we're not really doing too many teams this year, it'll show that as well. So when you're all set and ready to go, you can click on View My Fundraising Page, and it'll look a little something like this. Here's the language that we already have written for you. So like I said, if you wanted to write something else, it would show up underneath these paragraphs here. Here's your goal. And there will be, there's a thermometer on the donation page as well that will show how close we are to our $75,000 goal. And it will also show who has donated to your page. So from here, you can always go back in and edit. You can edit at any time. You can also access this from your standard login when you log into Neon. So there's a couple different entry points for all of this. And that's that. Easy peasy. Any questions? And you'll notice Deb is already our top fundraiser with $1,000. So great job, Deb. Let's see if we can catch her. Great.
Thanks, Brianna. Okay. So just coming back, we'll take you through one more section. And that is to go through our resources page. So when you are on the site, the last button on the right will take you to a resources page that gives you an entire host of things that you can do. And in case you'd forgotten to register on the homepage and you were just hunting around, you can still do that here, and you can also start your fundraiser. You can also look for your regional and state directors on this page, and you'll finally be able to track any media activity. If we get coverage and we get different articles, we're going to be posting them in the media room. For right now, the press release section is inactive because we haven't launched yet. But once we go live, the press release will be here on September 12th. Other items that you're going to want to download right away. If you go into the create and market your event, there are 2 one-pagers here that are going to help you dramatically. If you just print these out, you'll have your step-by-step guide to how to create a class, what you have to do, everything including registering, setting up your fundraising, and what to do to start promotion. And then there's a second page which tells you if you're doing any local marketing, gives you some tips and tricks for doing things for media and PR. If you're doing social media, what you can do and how to do it. And then community engagement as well. If you're doing things locally and in your community, what you can do there to be successful in marketing the class. Go backwards. The one bad thing about Google Drive, you can't just go backwards. So I'm going to type it back in again. Here we go. Oh, and I think actually I can go this way. There we are. And then we come up to the next item, which is social media posts. So a whole host of them here, and there'll be posts for Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and probably just a few things for YouTube, including a cover graphic, but I'll show you what some of the posts look like. So our first flight is this call for teachers, everybody asking everybody to host a donation class. There are a couple of different versions of this available to you. But you can use this on your own and just copy and paste the post yourself, or you can share it off of our Facebook feed on the VYP page. And there's a couple of different versions of this. We're going to be adding more and more assets as we continue to go. So you'll see some more of these every time you come in. And there's plenty of them available to you to use. Let's see if I can go backwards. Will you let me? Yes, at least here I can. Instagram ones as well. And then the second flight that we're going to be doing is that join us one, just basically lightly introducing that we're coming into Veterans Gratitude Week. This is the first one. And there's a second one that goes more into the idea of giving your support and coming to take our classes. Beautiful. So hopefully you'll find those things very useful. And then the last section is, the last two sections are on giving you email marketing materials. So things like templates and backgrounders, which I think you'll find very useful. This is an email template that you can customize, and you'll be able to poke around in this area on the website, as I said, right after tonight's meeting, and look around and see what's here for you. But here's a template that's ready to go. You insert your name and your details, and you can send this out to anybody that you like. And of course, you can customize it with your signature and everything that you need there. Yep. Oh. Gonna come back and share with you. Sorry, guys. I'm in a little bit of trouble navigating the page. All right. So back to the resources, and the last section is the class event materials. And this includes all the things you'll need the day of hosting a class, including your class sign-in sheet. Maybe you want to give some leave behinds. There are different ones here. I'll just introduce you briefly to two of them that are quite good. There's one that talks about Veterans Yoga Project as a backgrounder within the context of Veterans Gratitude Week. And there's a second one that is just about Veterans Gratitude Week. So they are called Talking Points 1 and 2 documents. And this one also just tells you all about Veterans Gratitude Week and gives you a way to donate using the QR code, or you can text your donations by texting VYP 707070 as a different way of donating. So you can leave those in your class. There are posters that you can use as well with our artwork, this beautiful artwork that we have for Veterans Gratitude Week. Those can be printed out and put up. They can be customized as well. If there's a specific yoga studio or sponsor that wants to get recognition within that, you can customize this version. And like I said, you've got your class sign-in sheets. Should you need a backgrounder that combines both VYP and VGW all in one place, we've also given you that as well. This makes a great attachment to emails or to anyone that you want to tell about the program. It's a one-stop shop to learn about both aspects, Veterans Yoga Project and Veterans Gratitude Week. And that's it for the assets. So let me stop there. That's been a long time, and see if you guys have any questions. A lot of information. Sorry about the back and forth on the screen shares. Any questions? So everybody's ready to go and register and set up their fundraising pages? Gonna jump right off, jump right in.
Hey, Karen, I got a question for you. I may have missed it, but when is it okay to start posting all this stuff on our social media?
We're gonna actually do some light posting next week, right
Okay.
after Labor Day. And I'm really fine if people are putting up posts then. The press release won't go out until the 12th, but I don't think that's gonna have any impact on that. The channels, it's good to start getting this word out about the donation-based classes and in the call for teachers. Sooner the better.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome. Anybody else? Okay. I know what's going to happen. You know what happens, right? You get off the call, you finally decide you're going to sit down, you get a half an hour, you say, okay, let me look at this stuff. And you go back, you plop into the website. That's the best place. Go right into the website. And then you start drowning in the materials, right? But that's why I said, really, if you do one thing and you only do one thing, go ahead and download those 2 sheets on how to create a class and how to market a class. It'll be a good little guide to help out. We got just a couple of basic asks for you guys. So I'm not even going to bother showing this slide because I can talk to them. But it is the kinds of things that you would expect. What we need from you is to set up your donation-based classes as soon as possible. Set up those fundraising pages and take them, don't let them sit there. Share it with at least 5 friends and family members, right? Maybe you have 5 yoga teacher friends or 5 yoga studios that you go to. I doubt you go to 5, but you might know 2 or 3, and you might have friends that own a studio, or you might have other friends who are yoga teachers. Send them an email. Tell them, hey, you know, I'm up to, this is what I'm up to in my life. I practice with Veterans Yoga Project, and I'm hosting a donation class. I'd love it if maybe you might want to do it too. Let me tell you about our organization. Here's a little 1-pager. Here's the talking points. Take a look and see if you feel like doing it. There's nothing like a personal appeal to get your friends motivated. Same thing if you're on Facebook. You know, there's a great chat feature in Facebook. That chat feature does unbelievable things from a marketing standpoint. So if you send a message, a personal message via Facebook to your friends, put a post in around, you know, one of the social media posts and ask them to get involved. People respond to those things at a 10-to-1 greater ratio than just looking at a social media post. Okay. So those can be wildly successful. You know, you got lots of people already entered in there. You can just, you know, message them all and say, don't know if you're interested, but I'd love for you to join us for Veterans Gratitude Week. The other thing too is if you have a birthday from September to November and you do one of those things like I'm, you know, not taking gifts for my birthday, we would love it if you would substitute VYP as your donation point in lieu of gifts. So we're not too proud to ask you to give up your birthday gifts for our donations, but that would be lovely. You can also, like I said, share those social media posts on your Facebook and Instagram pages, or you can share directly off of VYP's social media pages. Simple things too, like flyers, those talking point backgrounders is the backgrounder as well as the flyers. If you just print them out and take them with you when you go on your chores on Saturday, post them in the laundromat, post them in your apartment building bulletin board, put them anywhere. You know, if you're so inclined, stick them on people's windshields. It's that old guerrilla marketing, and it works. It still works. The last part that I just want to bring up is wellness living. If you are teaching on the wellness living platform and you're an online teacher, we are opening up the channel to ask people who come and take our classes to donate. And so you can do that. We've actually provided a script for all the teachers. If you haven't gotten that from Romy, just let us know. We'll send it over to you. But it is a very nice way to ask people who take our classes whether or not they'd be interested in donating. And of course, our classes remain free. We'll never charge for them, and it'll always be at no cost to our veterans. But there's lots of family members and friends who have asked us, what can we do? Is there something we can do? Yes, every donation matters. Even $1 or $2 matters. So you can start asking as soon as you're ready, right? And that would be fantastic. We would love to see that happen. And that's it on the key asks. So again, any other questions? Otherwise, I want to thank you in advance for your support. We are so excited to have everybody get involved. We can't wait to hear your stories and what you tell us about what's happening as you go around and try to ask. And we're really looking forward to it. So thanks for everything. And this is Miko. This is Miko the cat. He's my yogi cat. He loves to do cat cow. Thanks,
Thank you, Karen, so much. Thank you, Deb, so much. Does anyone have any questions about VGW in general? Okay. Like Karen said, as soon as you hang up and you discover you might have a question, the VGW emails in the chat. Deb's really great about staying on top of it and being really responsive. So please reach out at any time, and we are happy to help and serve however we can.
Yep. And I'm putting my email in the chat. You're welcome to send me an email anytime.
Thank you, Karen. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and just take one more moment all together. Bring your hands together at your heart. Give them just a little bit of a rub. Create a little bit of heat, a little bit of friction. Place one hand on your heart, your other hand on top. Lightly draw your shoulder blades together and just create a little bit of lift in your heart space. From this space around your hands and heart, bring to mind one more thing that you are grateful for today. And please accept my deepest gratitude to each of you for being here and being present. Thank you all so, so much for everything that you do. And let's make this 10th anniversary of VGW one of our best yet. Thank you guys all so, so much.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night. Good night, everyone.
Nice meeting everybody.
Good night, everyone.